Hello and welcome to another episode of Hessy and Maven. I'm Justin.
I'm Raven.
And on this week's episode, we've decided to kind of fall very deep into a Pokemon rabbit hole.
Yeah, so I'm watching Pokemon, the show, from the very beginning. Like, from the very first episode of Pokemon through every series. So, Ruby Sapphire, Gold and Silver, Red and Blue, whatever, all the series that they came out with, I'm watching from the very start. I want to watch every single episode. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
So, my life is very quickly becoming consumed by Pokemon.
Yeah, very quickly.
So, I thought, because we love doing these top 5 episodes, like, it's super fun, that we could do, like, a Pokemon series, since it's my life right now, and do our top 5 favorites of each Pokemon type.
Yeah, because we've already done top 5 Pokemon.
Right.
Or top 10. I forget what we did.
Yeah.
But we already did favorite Pokemon, so now we're getting more in depth into favorites of each type.
Right.
Now, this is an interesting thing because when I was looking this up, I mean, of course you have Pokemon that are all of one type.
Yes.
But ever since the sort of, I don't remember exactly when they did it, if it was in Gold and Silver, because there was that Lantern Pokemon, the one that's water and electric. It's kind of like a way better looking anglerfish.
Yeah.
And then later series, they definitely delved more into it. But the idea of double typing.
Yes.
Where it's like, oh, this Pokemon actually isn't just this, it's this and this.
Right.
Like Gengar is poison and ghost.
Yeah. So
you're like, oh.
I made the rule for these lists that, did you see my rule?
Nope.
I texted you a rule.
Oh no.
That if a Pokemon is double types, like
you can only pick it for one list.
Lantern is electric / water, we would categorize it by its first type.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lantern would be considered electric. Does that affect your lists for today?
Very probably. I have no idea. Didn't see that list.
I
figured, if I may, I just assumed it was like, well, I'm not going to, if it's water and electric, I can't pick it for both the water list and the electric list.
Okay.
Because that's crazy.
Okay.
But I did not read that rule. So unless we want to spend time in me going through my entire list and double checking all of their list types.
How did you make your lists? Did you did you Google or were you like, here's Pokemon in my mind list?
Googled. I Googled, I typed in. Well, spoilers. Here's what this episode, we're going to do 2 types in each episode because how much is there really to say? As much as I love Pokemon.
And there's 18 Pokemon types.
There's so many.
So it's going to be a 9-episode series.
So this episode is, and we just went down like a list that Raven found, bug Pokemon and dark Pokemon. Mm-hmm. So I just typed in all bug Pokemon.
Okay.
And it gave me a list, and it started with the ones that are 100% bug, and then it started the ones that are first type are bug, and then it did the ones that are second type bug.
Yeah.
But I just kind of went down the lists and was like, gotta pick this one, gotta pick this one, definitely pick this one. And then, like, if there was any openings in my top 5, that's when I went back through the list and was like, let me look again. And then I would pick a different one or something like that.
Okay.
I think I'm probably... I definitely have one. I guarantee I have one that goes against your rule. For sure.
Well, my brain and insides are fraying at the edges.
Because?
So maybe I can let this rule go.
Why?
Because I am dead inside.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
Well, I really do think I got mostly.
I mean, look at me in this headscarf.
Yeah, I know. It's rough. Yeah. It's rough times for you, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also realizing I didn't pick one that made my top 5 of all Pokemon, and they didn't make this list of bug Pokemon. But also, I think that's okay. I don't really fucking care. I'm just going for it. All right. But first, I wanted to just super quickly, because we do have to go through 20 Pokemon. Assuming there's no overlaps.
I'm hoping there's not.
There may be. Who knows?
I know.
And it's so hard. I'm such a sucker for the original Pokemon. I really am. I notice my lists are, with the exception of like, we're doing Bug and then we're doing Dark. Mm-hmm. Dark didn't exist in the original 150. Yeah. So unless they went back and changed the typing, which they do all the time, because Gengar wasn't always poison. Right. It was strictly Ghost. Yeah. But whatever. Jessica. Never mind. Do what you want. This is. But really quickly. Yeah. So, I made a spontaneous decision this past week before the weekend. I was talking to a friend and I was doing that thing that's probably so annoying for anybody getting married. I can only imagine that this is annoying when someone, even when they're, you know that they're joking, says something to the effect of like, wow, so no invitation. Oh, geez. That's fine. I would have gone, but no big deal. Yeah. I did that. I did that joke because I am like that. But also, it's because I love weddings, because I love love. Sure. I love weddings. I wanted to go so bad, but it was in California. We're in Jersey. So I was like really joking around and stuff. And then she was like, honestly, we had a bunch of family members say that they can't come. So if you want to come, you can come. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And she was like, no, you can come. And I was like, give me a second. And I booked a flight instantaneously. I immediately just went to like Expedia or Kayak or one of those things. Typed in, figured out what airport to go to, and talked to my other friends who are not only going to the wedding, but also live in California, albeit not super close. And was like, hey, what airport do I do? Can you guys pick me up and drop me off? Because I'm not going to have a car. I'm getting a rental car for a day is like, that's so much extra money that I just can't do. All these different things. It all works out. I get the flight. The next day, I take a little bit closer look at the flight. Let me just double check some things. Figure out when my flight is, all that kind of stuff, you know? The wedding is the 9th. I leave the 8th at 9 p.m.
You doing a red eye?
It appears so. But even better than a red eye is me going from Newark Airport. By the way, I may need a ride to Newark. Okay. Going to Newark Airport to Las Vegas.
Oh, you got a layover.
A little bit of a layover.
Okay.
Ask me how long my layover is.
Oh, no.
8 hours.
Oh.
8-hour layover.
Be like that. Go out to dinner with yourself.
Yeah. I'm going to have to stay in the airport because my paranoia and my borderline autism will not allow me to leave the airport.
Oh, I wouldn't and
leave explore. Even though it's 8 hours, right? Like leaving the airport doesn't take that long. Yeah. It's coming back into the airport, going back through TSA and security that I'm terrified about. Like,
no, I would have 8 hours and still would need to lay eyes on
the gate at all times. The gate, pretty much, yeah.
And then figure out what I'm going to do for 8 hours. I would probably just walk around the little shops, go to a restaurant.
100%.
Sit down and eat, take my time.
I'm going to learn so much Korean on Duolingo. Yeah,
and then I would just probably bring a book and read.
I'm going to have books. Yeah. I'm going to podcasts. I'm going to have, my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. I wouldn't leave either. I thought you were going to say,
8 hours is long, though.
This is what I look for when I look at flights. Not that I fly many places, but when I pretend to book vacations and I look at flights, I look at how long the layovers are. If it's less than 2 hours, I won't do it because I feel like it's not enough time for me to get off the plane and find my new gate.
Oh, I'm great with that. I don't need that long to be able to do that.
Oh, it stresses me out so much. I was looking at flights the other day because I'm strongly considering booking a vacation for June. And one of the layovers was 30 minutes.
That is a little short.
And I was like, that's the That's so short. That's no time.
Yeah.
It takes me 30 minutes to just get off the plane.
Well, I think they factor all that kind of stuff in.
I hope so. I don't know how they determine the length of the layover.
Yeah, I think it would be fine. But, yeah, if it's like physically impossible for you to get from A to B, I think they would be like, well, it is a 35-minute walk and we gave them 30 minutes. But anyway,
it's crazy.
And then on the way back, I go from Santa Ana, which is the airport and presumably the town that I'm flying out of, and I'm going straight to San Francisco, so up.
Yeah.
And I'm there for 6 hours.
Nice.
And then I come to Newark.
Yeah.
So I'm spending a total of 14 hours on what is essentially a single day trip.
Yeah.
It is bananas to me. I'm almost spending more time on airplanes and in airports than I am with my friends.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it because I looked at everything and I talked to them and I was like, hey, did you guys notice this? And they were like, yeah, we noticed it. And I was like, and you're cool with this? You're cool with dropping me off and picking me up at these times? And they were like, yeah, we're cool with it. And I was like, God, you guys are the best. You guys are so nice and so generous. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all of this, because if somebody sprung this on me,
yeah,
I'd be like, damn, you're really busting my balls here. I got to pick you up on the day of the wedding. They have to pick me up pretty much. Mm-hmm. And then the very next day, they have to drop me off for a 6:50 flight.
6:50 a.m.
A.m.
They're good friends.
They're good friends.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, I'm going to be spending so much time in airports. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to go nuts. Maybe I'll do a whole TikTok trend where I'm just like, I live in an airport now.
Yeah.
Just that movie, The Terminal.
That's cool. But the 6:50 a.m. flight, like, you're probably going to have to watch how much you drink at the wedding.
Oh,
like, you can't have, like, a normal, like, everybody's kind of drunk. And
I mean, luckily, my flight from that first flight over to San Fran is, like, not even an hour.
Yeah.
And then I'm there for 6 hours.
Yeah, so you can just sleep.
I guess, but I'd be so afraid to really go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of, like, what if I sleep through the flight?
Yeah.
And I'm at the gate asleep.
I would not be able to sleep in a public place like that because I'd be afraid that people were laughing at me. I don't think anyone would
My
be.
My mouth opens. Just,
but, yeah, I just feel like in my head, I'd be like, everyone's laughing.
Yeah.
They're all pointing.
It would be hard.
Yeah.
But, okay.
I
just wanted to share that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I got to figure out what to wear. I also got to figure out, like, fuck, dude, what am I doing for clothing? Like, there was a part of me that was like, I'll just wear the suit.
What suit?
For the wedding. I'll just wear that as my plain attire.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I know it is. I'm just trying to think as practically as possible, because what do I do? Fold a suit jacket and force it into a book bag? That's terrible. I'm not going to show up to the wedding with weird fold lines in my suit jacket. That's wild. I can't look like a bum. I can't have.
Can you just get a suit when you're there?
That's Raven. You are a psychopath for thinking that that's an option.
I don't know. If I didn't want to fold my dress, I would just when I got there, I'd be like, let's just stop off at a Target and I'll get a dress.
Oh, you don't know how suits work. Suits are so different.
Oh.
Because there's so many measurements of, like, how it fits. Like,
you have to
you can find one that fits. No, you don't have to get a custom made suit, but like, if you're buying unless you get a custom made suit and you go to, like, Men's Warehouse or some fucking David's Bridal or something, then you have to go into stores. You already know me. I'm bigger than most, so therefore I can't go into, like, an H&M. Not going to find anything. So I have to maybe go to a Primark, and even then, do they have Primarks where they are, you know? Because I have to spend as little as possible because, again, no money.
Yeah.
So it's just like everything about it is so like just trying to figure out the little details of how to make it as efficient as possible.
Do you know the vibe of the wedding?
No clue.
Oh, that's probably important to figure out what to wear. Like, what's the venue? Because you're not going to wear the same outfit to a church wedding that you would to a beach wedding.
Well, yeah,
Or,
no, I
you
know,
know what I
for
mean?
sure. I mean, I have like a general idea, and the way I dress isn't so provocative that it wouldn't kind of fit in a lot of those categories. And it's the way the weather is right now, especially in California is getting more snow than New Jersey is. So I don't have to worry about a beach wedding, I don't think. I'll
Well, yeah, I don't
ask,
know.
I'll double check, but I really don't think it's a beach wedding.
Yeah, I would just
We'll
find
figure it out.
Okay.
But
Godspeed.
yeah, I just need to figure out how to do like this, if I bring the suit, which is probably what I'm going to do, how to do it. To bring as few bags as possible. Lord knows I'm not going to be there very long doing anything. So how do I do it in as least bags as possible? I don't want to have to go through check-in and picking up bags and trusting them to bring the bag from plane A to plane B and all of the layovers. That's how people lose their bags.
100%.
And how people... Have you seen all the stories about people whose like wheelchairs get broken?
Oh,
By
I can't
airlines?
watch stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's crazy how many wheelchairs get broken by airlines.
Oh.
Disgusting. Anyway, so we love Pokemon.
Yes.
And there are all different kinds of Pokemon, and they're just so fun. I do love them. For the bug Pokemon, I'm good. I've abided by the rules.
Okay.
Dark Pokemon, I don't know.
That's fine.
But, all right, so we did top 5 of each. When you're picking your top 5, what's your vibe? Are you going aesthetic? Are you going, if this was a real thing and I own this Pokemon, I would like to have it? Are you going, you know?
So
like,
I did different criteria for choosing for these two categories. So for bug Pokemon, I went with...
ooh, okay. For dark Pokemon, I fucked your rule hard. I did 4 out of the 5.
That's fine.
Our second type dark.
It's fine. For bug Pokemon, I went with cuteness and vibes.
Yeah.
And for dark Pokemon, I went with intimidation vibes. Like if this was my Pokemon partner for the dark Pokemon, it would be like people are fucking afraid of us.
Yeah.
And
like
I take them down.
You're the stupid boy bounty hunter.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For bug Pokemon, that was not the case. It was how cute.
Different types of Pokemon give different vibes.
Yeah,
So
plus
I
I don't-
think that's normal.
The scary bug Pokemon I don't love.
I get
Because
that.
I don't love scary bugs, so.
No, neither do I, which is why bug Pokemon have such an interesting place in my heart. Because, I mean, some of them I could not give a fuck about.
Yeah.
No offense. I'm looking at one right now. Cricketot and Cricketoon.
I hate them.
I like that they make music because crickets do that, and I like that. That's good. That's smart. I like it when Pokemon are designed well. You know what I mean? But I don't care about that Pokemon.
When I was playing Pokemon Arceus, they're everywhere. Those two Pokemon.
I know.
They're all over.
I remember seeing it a lot on yours.
Yeah.
But okay, let's get into it. Let's start with bug types.
Okay.
Do you want to go first or?
Yes.
Okay.
My number. Okay. I just typed in Google, like to put in my search bar to have Google up to type in whatever Pokemon you say. And it brought me to a Google search of Sequim, which I think is a town in Washington.
Oh.
I didn't want that.
Shout out Washington.
Shout out Sequim. Sequim? Okay. My number 5 is Dwebble. Dwebble.
Okay, give me a second here.
What's happening? I feel like you're typing more than Dwebble.
I was typing something else before you started yelling words at me and letters. So start again.
My number 5 is Dwebble.
Spell it.
Dwebble.
Yes. Okay.
It's so cute. It looks like a little hermit crab.
Yeah. I have the Bulbapedia bug type up, and then I just do Control F. Much easier.
Nice.
Because it brings up a little picture with the types. We're good to go.
Yes.
Dwebble is good. I like Dwebble.
I did not take any of its evolutions into consideration.
I
It
think
is
it only
just
has
this
one,
Pokemon
right?
for itself. I don't know. I think the evolution is like crustacean or something. It's like
Crustal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bug rock type. Kind of looks like a hermit crab.
Yeah.
Which is why I love it so much. But also, I don't think of hermit crabs as... This is just out of...
As bugs?
Yeah, I don't think of them as bugs.
Yeah.
But I do love this design. I think it's great. Bug and rock.
Yeah, she's cute. Yeah. She feels like she would be a little pal that I could carry around like in a shirt pocket. You know, like
you think
the
she's
little...
that small?
The little...
That's the crazy thing about Pokemon, man.
I don't know. But you know the little thing in the...
She's a foot high.
Oh. Well, if she was small, I would carry her around in my shirt pocket. Like the little thing in the Fantastic Beasts that is like a little plant.
Yeah,
carries around in a pocket.
I forget what it's called, but yeah,
it would be like that.
What you're talking about.
Yeah,
that would be cute.
So
I'm also watching Pokemon, but I'm like sticking to Netflix because I don't really fuck around with any other streaming services because I'm other than Dropout, and Lord knows they don't have Pokemon seasons. But so I'm on the Journeys ones. I finished Pokemon Journeys. Now I'm on Master Journeys, and then I think Ultimate Journeys is next. But anyway, obviously we've always seen Ash just running around with a little Pikachu on his shoulder, but then also seeing Go, his little friend, seeing him do it too with either his Scorch Bunny, who becomes a Reboot, who becomes a Cinderace, and then Cinderace becomes like so tall. I just don't like the little headpiece. Just in the design.
Yeah.
But I like Cinderace a lot. I never loved that like head design.
Yeah.
And then he would have a Sobble, who I freaking loved. So cute. Anyway, so my number 5 bug type is, and I'm actually going to change this list around a little bit.
Okay.
Only because I was just writing them in the order that I was finding them. I wasn't putting them 1 through 5.
Oh, okay.
So let me just really quickly... okay, got it. Number 5 for me, and I don't really know how to even pronounce this one, is... Golisopod. It evolves from Wimpod at level 30. Yeah, he looks scary, I'll be honest with you. He does look scary. He's like the peak bug scary Pokemon for sure. It's a bug and water type. Here's why I like it. I think it's because I caught a Wimpod. I eventually saw, like, I was doing that thing kind of like low-key cheating a little bit with... No, it wasn't. Was it Sword and Shield? Yeah, Sword and Shield. And I caught a Wimpod because I had Google. I felt like I ran into one in the wild. Pulled out my phone and was like, "What is Wimpod?" Because it was like I've never seen this Pokemon before, so I was like, "What does it evolve into?" And it showed me this, and I was like, "Jesus, this guy looks fucking tough."
Yeah.
And then like when you see like, he's 6 foot.
Yeah.
He's 6'7". So I was like, okay, that's a badass bug Pokemon, like to have on your team.
Yeah.
And I really like that, but I also love that his special ability is this thing called Emergency Exit. Anytime his health falls to 50% or lower, he dips.
Oh.
He just goes back inside of his Pokeball, and you have to throw out a new Pokemon. And sometimes it's a little annoying because you're like, no, bug type would be perfect right now. Why are you going away?
Right.
But other times it was like, this is a perfect little strategy because I get to just throw out a Pokemon for free.
Yeah.
You know how when you switch Pokemon, the other team gets to attack like for free?
Yes.
Because it takes a turn to do that?
Yes.
This one doesn't. So it was just like, oh, this is sick. And it was sick having bug and water, which was obviously always super helpful, even though I had Inteleon, so I didn't really need the water.
Yeah.
But it was nice.
Cute.
And he had that move called First Impression. And I keep saying him. It was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I named her Scary Spice. Because Sword and Shield is like very loosely based off like London and the UK.
Yeah.
You know, like with some of their things. And I quickly decided I have to name 5 Pokemon after the Spice Girls. Like I have to nickname. I'm a big nicknamer.
You have to.
And I was like, I gotta name them. And who better to encapsulate Scary Spice than Golisopod?
Yeah.
So I was like, hell yeah. He just looks so... She was just badass.
Yeah.
I was just like, when I throw her out and you see like her little, like the little character like there and like doing the moves and stuff, I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You're badass. You're cool.
Yeah, that's an intimidating.
So I felt really cool about it. And yeah, and then it was like one of those things that the loyalty was really there because I caught it so early in the game.
Yeah.
And then it was like I used it during Final Four stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was one of my strongest Pokemon and
good.
still is. So I just grew close to it.
Yeah.
So I had to put it on the list. Even though I know that like if you were to run into a Golisopod, you'd be like, fuck that.
Yeah. 100%.
But you can understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
All right. That's my number 5.
Cute. My number 4 is Spoopa. Spewpa.
Spoopa. Oh, wow.
You see her?
I do.
On the website that I was using to find Pokemon.
Yeah.
What was the website? It was PokemonDB.net, PokemonDatabase.net.
Uh-huh.
And it had like all the bug gym leaders, all the bug Pokemon, like everything for me to look at.
Okay.
And I I liked this because when I clicked on each Pokemon to look at like their entry, it would say like Pokedex data, and it gives me like all the data, like their number, their type.
Yep.
And then their species, which is like, this is the night sky Pokemon.
Oh.
Or the dark energy Pokemon, or the bad dream Pokemon. Scatterdust.
Yeah.
It just looks like dust. It's just like a little dust.
Like a dust bunny, if you will.
Yeah, it's like a dust bunny Pokemon. A Scatterdust Pokemon. I thought that was so cute.
It is cute.
And it's 0.3 meters, which I think is 1 foot. So it's cute.
Yeah, 1 foot.
Yeah. And I love him.
It's a cute one.
Yeah. And it's the middle evolution. It's Scatterbug. I don't often love the middle evolutions, but this one I love.
This one was good.
Yeah. So.
That's good. That's a good one.
I love it. Cute.
All right. Here is another one that can definitely be quite scary, especially in Sword and Shield when you see it in the wild area, and it's just like anyone who's played like the newer Pokemon know that like the Pokemon are out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not
You
just like you're going through to high grass and then it's like
Yeah.
No. You see them. And some of them you see their size and it's like shit, they are big. So yeah, running into this one can be scary for sure. But because it's Pokemon and because it's kind of cartoon, I'm into it.
Yeah.
If Pokemon were real, like the Pikachu Detective movie, I'm so sorry, gang. See, even a Golisopod, seeing those guys, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do bug Pokemon at all.
Yeah.
I'll start with Caterpie and we'll see where we go. If Caterpie's still cute, there's hope.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Anyway, my number 4 is Galvantula.
Oh, it sounds like a spider.
It is. Bug and electric. I was talking about it the other day. It looks like one of those fuzzy tarantulas.
Oh, yeah.
Yellow, browns, and blacks. It has big eyes, which makes it slightly better.
Yeah.
less unassuming.
Good.
Yeah, they're 2 feet tall, but they weigh 31 pounds. It's a bug group. Yeah,
You just like it?
I do. I love electric Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 favorite types. Poison always is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I also love electric. I love fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I love all Pokemon, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there are some types I kind of don't give a shit. Steel. No, fuck Steel. I don't care. No offense. But normal, I think, can get more love.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah. I just love this little guy. I also had one of these, and he was pretty badass and kind of cool. I liked the thing. You talked about his, the species.
Mm-hmm.
It's couldn't be more clever than this. Ellie spider. Ella spider.
Electric spider.
I guess.
Interesting.
But why type out the whole thing when you can just do Ella
spider.
A.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the second evolution. It comes from Joltik,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Also good.
also quite cute. But yeah, it's a big fuzzy spider that does electricity and stuff, and I'm just like,
Cute.
that's kind of fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I've always like, it has like the move. I love it when a Pokemon learns a move that is like, you can kind of tell super specific to that Pokemon.
Okay.
Like, you can almost not picture anybody else learning this move, which is not 100% true, because I know for a fact that Pikachu knows this move because Ash's Pikachu uses it all the time in the Journeys show.
Okay.
But Electro Web,
Yeah.
that's Galvantula's bread and butter.
Yeah.
And it kind of a shame because it's actually not that powerful of a move.
Yeah.
But man, is it fucking cool. Like, just the aesthetics of it. Yeah, it shoots out a spider web of electricity. It's perfect.
Good.
And there are other bug electric Pokemon that also learn that move. And honestly, that's bullshit. But whatever.
I feel you.
Because if you're not a spider, get out of here. But again, Pikachu knows it, so I guess if you can just manipulate the electricity to do whatever you want, then that's pretty cool. But yeah, Galvantula number 4.
Cute. My number 3 is Vivillon. There's no Ian at the end, but Vivillon I think sounds better than Vivillon.
Can you?
Vivillon.
Where is it? Oh.
Do you see her?
Yes.
She
Vivillon is how I would say that.
She looks like, to me, like a digital butterfly.
She's
she's got-
Spoopa's thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's Spoopa's final evolution.
Spoopa. She's Spoopa.
She's so cute. She's got like little color blocks, which makes me feel like she gives off digital vibes.
Yeah.
But she's beautiful. She's like this beautiful butterfly Pokemon, and she's got little circles for hands, which I think is so cute. Is Jessica scratching you?
She's so close to scratching me.
I had a Vivillon in I don't know if it was the last Pokemon game or the Sword and Shield game, but I had one that I played with for a really long time. Like it was one of the ones I leveled up really high to keep with me, and I loved her.
She looks fun.
Yeah, right? She looks like she would be a pal.
Yeah, I get what you mean
hands?
about all the. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it so much.
Yeah. It is very like 8-bit, like Space Invaders, like the boxes of colors and stuff. Even the tips of her wings.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. I love her.
Very fun.
Do you think Mommy came home?
No idea.
Because Olive went away. Olive went downstairs.
It's certainly possible.
Okay.
She only had to go into work to do an interview.
Oh, okay. Okay. Next.
All right. My number 3. Now we're getting into the good ones.
Oh.
Not that the first 2 weren't good, but
these ones are just more good.
They're the original 50.
Okay.
150. Number 3, Scyther.
Yeah. Scyther is good. I almost put Scyther on my list. I really do like Scyther.
Scyther is dope. Bug and flying. One of the originals. I mean, we meet Scyther for the first time in that town with the 2 gangs and the Electabuzz.
Yeah.
And I mean, Scyther and Electabuzz.
Yeah.
They seem incredibly badass in that town. Like, they are running the town.
Yeah.
Almost single-handedly. And I've always thought Scyther was so fucking cool.
Yeah.
The original Red and Blue video games, Scyther was incredibly hard to come across and therefore made that much more like interesting.
Yeah.
Even in Pokemon Snap, the very first stage where you're at the beach, like you have to, it's one of those things where you have to like do the stage over and over again because you keep getting new like little tools.
Yeah.
Like, the first time you go through it, you only have the camera.
Yeah.
Then you go through it and you have the apple. Then you have the little stink bug thing or whatever. And then you have this thing and whatever. Eventually you can get Scyther, but even then it's kind of hard. That you just hear the cutting of grass and like high grass and you see like clippings of grass flying around and you have to like throw something at the perfect angle and then Scyther comes up. But Scyther's elusiveness has always been like, God, he's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of a bummer in the newer games because, like, in some of the newer games, and, like, I get it, he's everywhere. Like, I was seeing so many Scyther, and it was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And then because Scyther now evolves into Scizor or whatever.
Scizor.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah.
But the way that the Pokemon games set up that kind of stuff is like Scyther's strength and skills are now at a cap because he's not evolved.
Right.
And I hate that. I hate that like I can't make a level 100 Psyduck will never be as strong as a level 100 Golduck.
Right.
And I get it. Like they're evolved forms, blah, blah. But it's like sometimes I don't want to evolve all the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I like Scyther as he is.
Scyther was a weird Pokemon for them to choose to give an evolution to because he looks like a final form.
Because he was.
Yeah, he's like big and scary and
him and Pinsir were like the 2 big bug, like hardcore bug Pokemon. Because I think you can only find one in red and one in blue, and I forget which one is which.
Yeah,
but that was like a thing, and it just bummed me out. It was like, listen, when they first introduced Scizor or whatever, I was like, okay, like he's fucking sick.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it takes away a little bit from my man Scyther, and that makes me sad.
Yeah.
So
I liked in the episode of Pokemon that I watched where they went to like a Pokemon Jiu-Jitsu center and the main sensei or the main guy, I forget what he's called, had a Scizor, and he was like, "This is my Scizor, Tunamonte," or something. He like named it like a really crazy name, and I was like,
cool, I just watched an episode where Go has a Scyther, and they go to a night training thing with one of the final 4,
like KNIGHT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like knights and lords and stuff.
Okay.
And it was really cool because Ash went with his Farfetch'd.
Okay.
And Ash, Farfetch'd, Go, and Scyther all had to wear like full plate armor, like knights and helmets and stuff. Funny. So it was cool seeing Scyther with like silver armor on and stuff. And Scyther was a badass as usual, so it was so cool. And so is Farfetch'd, but you should hear Farfetch'd's voice. It's hilarious.
Doesn't Farfetch'd have an evolution where he's like
Surfetch'd? So there's
Surfetch'd?
You know how they started doing the different forms? Like, oh, the Galarian form of Ninetales looks like this. Farfetch'd has 2 forms.
Oh, it's 2 forms.
One of his forms has a gigantic leak.
Yeah.
As opposed to the normal...
little one.
Yeah, the normal little one.
And Surfetch'd has a shield.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. So they did that in the show. I watched that episode. It was honestly so fucking badass. Yeah. He was fighting a Gallade, and the Gallade ended up cutting his leak and like cutting the top of his leak off. And Ash was like, "Don't forget what we learned at night training." Da 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 da, blah 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 blah. Yeah. And so he grabbed the top of the leak and uses it as a shield, and he's like trying to fight and stuff, and it's like kind of working but kind of not, and then he evolves and he like kicks ass. So he goes from, his voice goes from far-fetched, far-fetched to so-fetched. And it was so funny.
Yeah,
he would like
cute.
He would do that thing that they do in anime and in Pokemon where it would go, you'd hear a glisten noise, and he would go and like look back at Ash, and then he would just go so-fetched.
Yeah.
And it was so funny.
That's
I was
cute.
just like, oh my god, I love this show. Because it would be like a close-up on his eyes where he would just be like,
yeah.
and look back at
cute.
Ash.
Yeah.
So-fetched.
That's
anyway.
cute.
All right, you're number 2.
Okay. My number 2 is Ribombee.
It sounds really familiar.
Yeah, you're going to know it immediately.
How do you spell it?
Ribombee.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay. Yep.
She's so cute. She's a second evolution. Her first evolution is also cute. I think it's called Cutie Fly or something like that.
It is. I was a little bummed that Cutie Fly evolved because I think Cutie Fly is perfect.
Cutie Fly is really cute.
And Ribombee is great. Like, if it's going to evolve, thank God they kept it cute.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes they're like, but its evolved form is crazy looking.
Yes.
And you're like, no,
Yes.
just keep it cute.
Yes. But I love her. I think she looks like a little ballerina who's so small. Mm-hmm. And she's just so tiny and like a little fairy. And I would love to have a little fairy sidekick.
And I like her colors actually. Like I kind of like that she
muted
has
yellow
a little bit
and
more of a mothish vibe in color wise.
Yeah.
And I loved because again you get to see at least Cutie Fly. I don't know if you see Ribombee, but you see Cutie Fly in the wild, like flying around.
Yeah.
It is so small.
It's so small
and so cute.
Yeah.
It really was great.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, Bug and Fairy, so cute.
Yeah. Do you think that sounds like Josie's outside the door?
A little bit, yeah, but I can't be for certain because if Olive's, I don't know. It's a risk.
Hi, Jojo. I guess that means Mom's not home.
I guess so.
Hi, Jojo. Hi, Jojo, the little baby.
I wish that Olive would have Josie's attitude because Josie ran right past the cat and felt nothing.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
My dog is just a small terrorist. I hate her so much. Okay.
All right. My number 2 is Venomoth.
Okay.
I love Venomoth.
A classic.
I just... Yeah.
You love it?
I love Venomoth. I think Venomoth is a lot of fun. It falls into the poison category, which, as you know, I love.
Mm-hmm. I just watched an episode of the season I'm on. I think it's the second season of Pokemon, the Orange Islands. And there's a bug Pokemon catching contest. See like who can. They say it's like who can catch the best one. I don't know how they decide which is the best one.
Yeah.
Ash catches a Beedrill. But
Then immediately
Team Rocket is there, and
course.
they cut to a clip of them trying to catch a Venomoth, and James is like, "Get the Venomoth, Jessie! You can do it!" And Jessie is like, tries to throw her Pokeball at the Venomoth, and the Venomoth is just kind of like, and it just like goes away, and it's really funny.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Venomoth. I just think Venomoth is really, really cool. Mm-hmm. I've always liked Venomoth.
Does it become a poison type eventually, or is it just bug?
No, Venonat and Venomoth are both bug and poison.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, I just love it. It learns some cool moves. It's interesting to me. I mean, obviously, so far, Pokemon only have 2 types. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting to me, if it had a third type, it would be Psychic.
Ah.
which is another reason in the games I loved it.
Yeah.
Especially Red and Blue. 'Cause in that version, every Pokemon only had one type.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, she's learning Confusion really early on in the game. Mm-hmm. She's learning Psybeam. She's learning Psychic. But then she's also learning things like Sleep Powder, which was always fun. Stun Spore, Poison Powder. But then some poison moves like Poison Fang. What?
Yeah, that's good.
Sick. And then it can learn a million types of moves. So we can teach it Solar Beam or Bug Buzz or Sludge Bomb or Leech Life, you know?
Wow.
It goes really the distance. Venoshock, which, I mean, it's called Venomoth. Might as well. But, yeah, I love it. I love the look of it. I love the pale, sort of light lavender kind of color. The gigantic eyes that make me think you look a lot more like Metapod than you do like Venomoth, but okay.
Yeah.
And I love it's got the 3 little arms, like, or legs.
Yeah.
Around its like middle part, which I think is the thorax, and it looks like skeleton ribs. So, and then its butt is like a whitish, like an off-white color. Its abdomen, and that's giving me these like I see it a lot in like fantasy stuff, like D&D stuff. Those like skeleton moths kind of thing, kind of like the Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah.
Logo, where it's like a moth that has like a skeleton shape on it. It's giving those vibes a little bit because it's got the 2 little pincers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just fucking love it.
It's good vibes.
Big wings. Yeah, it looks fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember just I liked the idea because like early on in Red and Blue, and this happens in most of the Pokemon games, you know how you always come across those like bug catchers?
Yes.
And they suck. They have like the weakest Pokemon, but they'll have like 5. They'll all be like Metapods who can only harden. And you're like, this is perfect for leveling up. Yeah. But this is like low key a little boring. Like you're so boring. Right. So then I think I like bug Pokemon sometimes in the games at least. Again, if bugs were real and they were this big, I'd be fucking terrified. Yeah, 100%. But I like the expectations. Like surprising expectations or whatever it's called.
Exceeding expectations.
Nailed it. So that's my number 2.
Very nice. My number 1, I didn't go for cute vibes. This would be like my secret weapon bug Pokemon. Pheromosa. Pheromosa.
Oh, okay. There she is.
She's
one of the weird ones.
So cool.
Yeah.
She reminds me a lot of the lady alien who I think is like the president in Lilo and Stitch.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, I get the same energy. She's like a tall, beautiful bug woman. And I feel like she could take everybody down. It even kind of looks like she's wearing high heels.
It does look like she's wearing high heels for sure.
Yeah. I think she's so cool. She's like tall and skinny and powerful.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I looked her up on YouTube.
I've seen her before because I was like fell into like a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Looking things up. She falls under this category called Ultra Beasts, and I don't know from what game that's from.
I don't either, but I did see that when I was looking.
I looked up the other ones too, and they look like aliens. They don't look like Pokemon. They look so weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I looked up her on YouTube because I wanted to see if she appeared in the show.
In the anime, yeah.
And there is a clip from Pokemon Sun and Moon Ultra Legends where Pheromosa fights Beware. The like big red panda looking thing that's like wearing a black jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after this I'm going to watch that clip to see them fight.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think that in the show she might be evil.
It also says Meowth later developed a crush on it.
Yeah. I just saw a couple of those.
That's really funny.
I think that Pheromosa might be evil because the description of this video is Pheromosa is on a Z crystal stealing spree until an unlikely opponent steps into the ring. So I guess she steals, but
she does look fun. She looks like she has mascara on.
Yeah.
She has impossibly long antennae.
Yes. But she looks awesome.
Very interesting design. Yeah, for sure.
I love her. She's my number one bug Pokemon.
She's 5'11". Jeez. She's got me beat by an inch and a quarter.
She tall?
She tall. Okay.
Oh God, she's big.
My number one. My number one is Butterfree.
Wow. Is Paris the one that you loved and didn't include in this list?
Parasect.
Ah. Okay.
I love Parasect. Let me just really quick shout out to Parasect. I love Parasect. I love the episode with Paris when it evolves into Parasect with that girl in the woods who makes medicine.
Yeah.
I love the way that Parasect sounds. It's very specific to the anime.
Yeah.
Parasect.
Yeah.
Parasect. I think that's very interesting and fun. I like that it kind of looks like Olive is screaming at my door. I love that I feel a kinship towards Parasect because I love that it has a mushroom and it has the move Spore, which does exactly what Sleep Powder does, but it was unique to Parasect. And like I said, I always love it when a Pokemon has a specific kind of move. So that always interested me that it had Spore as opposed to Sleep Powder, even though they're kind of the same. But Spore, I think, worked more often. I don't know if there's stats on that, but I felt like Spore worked more often. But yeah, I loved Parasect. I did not include it in this list because I'm wheeling and dealing. And I'm trying to go outside the box a little bit. So, like, for example, when Poison comes, I may not pick Muck. That does not mean that Muck is not still my favorite fucking Pokemon. Yeah. But it transcends types.
Yeah.
Okay? So just know that.
Fair.
But anyway, here's why Butterfree made my list.
Okay.
I love, again, exceeding expectations. Bug Pokemon are always available and readily available in the beginnings of Pokemon games, and they're always seen as pretty fucking weak. Jessica, you just moved the camera, you piece of shit.
I feel like the camera is now directly on me.
You have to move it a little bit. Wow, bear with us.
Pure chaos.
It is. She wants to play with Josie, but Josie wants nothing to do with her because she has Death Talon claws. Wait. Don't move it by that. Move it by the whole thing. Yeah, just like... Okay. Jesus Christmas. These fucking animals. I wish I could speak to them. Anyway. Yeah. Bug Pokemon are often overlooked, especially in the beginning of Pokemon games. You know, Red and Blue, you're finding so many Weedles and Caterpie, especially because you go through a bug-infested forest.
Yeah.
Well, the secrets are, A, just catching a Caterpie early on so it has Tackle, it has String Shot, and then you can start to level it up as fast as possible because guess what? Level 7, boom, Metapod. Level 10, boom, Butterfree. Butterfree, I think at level 10, at least in Red and Blue, learns Confusion. So now you have this level 10 psychic flying fucking bug type that can do so many things. It learns Poison Powder, Stun Spore, Sleep Powder so quick, so like in quick succession.
Yeah.
I think it learns Gust. I could be wrong. Jessica, leave that alone. So help me God. So you can get a Butterfree really early in the game, and I really fucking love it, and it's a beautiful butterfly. And then in the anime, I mean, forget about it. We love Ash's Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree. Yeah. And then he has to let the Butterfree go, and eventually it comes back.
Oh, that episode is so sad.
I don't remember exactly, because that was a newer episode that I never really saw. But yeah, I
also don't remember.
Loved Butterfree. It was so cute.
Yeah, so cute.
Cute. with its big old nose and its like little tiny baby spiky teeth that stick out.
Yeah.
So
Butterfree's a good
cute.
one.
Butterfree. And Butterfree has a special Gigantamax, which is like what
Oh.
I'm trying to maybe figure out in the game.
Cute.
Sword and Shield or whatever fucking system. No.
Can you
it's
start
rogues.
a
I'm
new-
not even fucking doing.
You know how in Harry Potter
No.
you can start a new game? You
Nope.
can't in Pokemon?
You have to delete the old game. Wow. Isn't that fucking dumb? It's always been like that too.
Well, can I go in there and like look at the game that I have open and delete it and then start over? Or I have to like uninstall the game and
No.
then reinstall
You
it?
can. Yeah. No. You have to. You have to make sure the game is completely closed out.
Yeah.
And then you have to start the game again, and
Yeah.
it'll be like Raven 8 badges,
Uh-huh.
130 Pokemon,
Yeah.
or new game.
Oh, okay. I might
it's
just like go in and start a new game because I feel like playing, but don't want to like buy Shield or whatever, like or buy Scarlet
No, I know what you mean. Yeah. See, I'm fucking.
just because I'm
I
bored.
played a little Pokemon yesterday, and I just like tried to pick new Pokemon, but it's like annoying because you go to an area of the world and you're looking at wild Pokemon, and they're like level 50, and you're like, okay, well, I guess I can't do anything in this part of the world unless I'm trying to level up level 50 Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I was
I
just
know.
like annoyed. I just want there to be
Another Pokemon game?
I need to check out Scarlet and Violet again and see if there's the same thing that Sword and Shield had. Sword and Shield had a beautiful little system where I could go to a thing and I could do these double battles.
Oh, yeah.
And it was dope because it took whatever Pokemon I had and it made them level 50, unless they were below level 50. But
Right.
if they were above level 50, it put them to level 50. And I got to do these awesome battles.
Double battles,
And
yeah.
I was having so much fun with it because it was completely randomized.
Right.
They didn't necessarily have like types where it was like, oh, this entire gym leader is this type.
Right.
Which is like sometimes fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because it's like, God,
I
that's
get it.
annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, those were our top 5
Bug Pokemon.
bug Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pretty
Shout out Bug Pokemon.
cool. Bug Pokemon.
I probably wouldn't have
are
one
sleepers.
if Pokemon were real, but shout out them anyway. Dark Pokemon is another story.
Yeah, if bug Pokemon were real and we didn't live in an animated cartoon world,
Yeah.
then yeah. Sorry, bug Pokemon. Again, I'll use Caterpie as the litmus test
Yeah.
because.
Yeah. Dark Pokemon are a different story. I'm shifting into my alter ego.
Let me just write down Pheromosa. So.
Where I'm scary and I have scary Pokemon to take down men who are rude.
Men who are rude.
Also, because you didn't follow the rule I had laid out, I changed one of my Pokemon to break the rule.
That's fine.
So I did,
I'm
while you were
totally fine with
talking, a mid-podcast switch up.
I'm ready for it, and I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do these top 5, and let's make it a little snappier.
Okay.
Okay? Not that dark Pokemon don't deserve it. The first dark Pokemon that I think ever existed, by the way. Sneasel.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that's cool that it's dark Pokemon. Also, really quickly, I found a poll
Okay.
online of the 5 most popular bug Pokemon of all time.
Oh.
Number 5 coming in, Pinsir.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Number 4, Heracross.
Okay.
Number 3, Genesect, which is wild to me. It falls under the mythical Pokemon type. It is bug and steel, and it looks like a robot. So
Gross.
for me, no thank you. But
I don't
okay.
like any robot Pokemon.
Number 2, Volcarona.
Oh. Okay.
Pretty cool. Fuzzy Moth, Fire
Yeah.
and Bug. Kind of cool. And number 1, Scizor.
Scizor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fans
Very
love
good.
Scizor for its design alone, and its strength in battles only means it's here to stay.
Okay.
Also, bug and steel.
Yeah.
But at least it doesn't look too much like steel. So I'll take it. Whereas that Genesect fella, he looks like a straight up fucking robot.
Yeah, he does.
But okay.
Okay, do you want to do your first dark?
I will do my first dark Pokemon.
Okay.
My first dark Pokemon. Let me put these in a quick order again. I'm going to go numero uno. I'm going to go numero dos. I'm going to go 3, 4, and 5. Okay. My number 5 is Greninja. Greninja is a water/dark type.
Okay. Oh, and also has frog feet?
It's like a frog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually one of the starters.
That's a starter?
That's a starter, baby.
It's not a starter evolution?
No, it's an evolution, of course.
Oh.
No, it begins
okay.
as Froakie.
Oh, okay.
And then goes to Frogadier, and then Greninja.
In what series is this a starter?
You know, this is a great question.
It's fine. You don't have to look it up.
Yeah.
I'll just put that out there.
I appreciate that.
Oh my God. You would think my dog is getting killed right now.
Seriously.
By how loud she's screaming.
And you can get a Greninja in Scarlet and Violet also.
Oh, exciting.
Maybe there's some things I need to really do.
Okay.
But anyway.
Very good.
It also, in the cartoon, has an ability to transform into Ash Greninja.
Oh.
Because Ash has a Greninja that's really powerful.
Oh.
And that's how I find out about some of these Pokemon, is I just see clips on TikTok of, like, fight scenes.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Ash has a Greninja, and it's, like, an absolute badass. I just like it because it's very interesting. It uses its tongue as almost, like, one of those, like, ninja scarves kind of thing.
Oh,
like a thief would have in the darkness kind of thing that covers its mouth. And it throws ninja stars made out of water.
Yeah.
And it's in Super Smash Bros.
Okay.
As a character. Nice. It's one of the really popular characters around the world.
Okay.
It's just like Pikachu, Charizard, Gengar. You know, like there's a couple Pokemon that are super popular.
Yeah. Greninja
is one of them. He's up there. And I thought he's fucking cool. I mean, ninjas are cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Throwing water in the form of a fucking thing, cool.
Yeah.
So that's my number 5. Go for it.
My number 5 is...
I know. I'm like, this is insane. I don't think the mics pick up Olive a ton, but when she's banging against the door,
we have to think up something for the next podcast. I think I don't know what, but some way to keep her downstairs. I might have to put the baby gate up and keep her at the bottom of the steps.
I mean, she might bark, but yeah.
At least it'll be less loud.
Let's just do it because I'm getting frustrated.
Chi-Yu. CHI.
Oh, you're picking those crazy ones. I intentionally didn't pick any of those.
It's like a bubble. It's like a bubble eye fish.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I love it so much because it's a fish that's fire type, which I think is cool. And I had a bubble eye fish one time that I killed because I gave it the ick.
Oh, I do remember you giving a fish the ick.
Yeah.
Which now that we say ick, like in terms of like red flags,
yeah,
it's very funny.
Yeah, I gave it the ick, which means it got
ick and it died.
It means in fish language like it grew mold, and then I killed it, and then I'm pretty sure I dumped it off the back deck.
Something terrible.
Yeah.
Or it was just in your room for a long time.
Yeah. I feel sad for that fish, but that's my number 5.
Number 5, that was good. Number 5 for me is...
Number 4 for you?
That's what I said. Number 4 for me is Hydreigon. It's the 3-headed dragon.
Oh, okay.
So I like this because I like... Fuck, sorry, I hit my mic. I'm all over the place. I'm like literally bubbling up to a level of just being like, let's just stop here because I cannot focus with the dog.
We're almost there.
So I like this design a lot. I love dragon types. I think are really cool. I like when dragon types are double types because dragon is a cool type.
Yeah.
But also like when it comes to type differentials, dragon is weak as fuck. Like it's only good against other dragons, in which case they're also good against you.
Yeah.
And then you have to worry about like
necessarily love
ice.
that.
You have to worry about fairy. You have to worry
Yeah.
about all these different types that could kill you.
Yeah.
It's just fucking dumb. Mm-hmm. So thank God it has a second type. Even though dark, I don't know a ton about what they're good against.
Yeah.
Maybe they're good against fairy. I always forget if fairy's good against dark or
I
dark's
know.
good against fairy. I always forget. I have to Google that shit all the time.
Yeah,
when I
me
play.
too.
But I like this evolution type. I like the whole thing. It's such a smart design, everything. It starts with one head, and it's a little dinosaur. And then it has two, and it starts to grow. It has, like, wings, but I don't know if it can really fly yet. But it has two heads, and then the third, it has wings and three heads. And it looks like a full badass dragon. It looks so scary and cool.
It is scary.
And I like, so there it goes, Dino Zwelis Hydreigon, because Dry, or I might be fucking that up.
Is 1, 2, 3 in some language?
Yeah, ein zwei. It's ein zwei drei is 1, 2, 3 in German.
Okay.
So it's like you're counting the heads.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was a cool design. I really like it. So, and I have one in the game, and it's a badass.
It is cool.
So that's my number 4.
My number 2 is a Pokemon that I didn't know existed until I looked up this list. My number 4, and I never saw it in any game. I don't know what it's from. Zarude, Zarude. It looks like a dark monkey.
Oh, yeah. There's one of the Pokemon movies is all about him, The Secret in the Jungle or something like that.
And I thought that when I saw this photo of him, I thought that if I pulled it out in a battle and like surprised everyone with this Pokemon that I had, and it was like really scary and badass, that it would be cool. Which is why I picked him.
That's good.
Yeah, love him.
He does look very cool. His design is very cool. He does look like a very scary monkey.
Yes.
With like vines as like gauntlets.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
I like it.
He has his bright red eyes. Make him look very scary. Yeah, he looks like if Zabumafu went evil.
Yeah.
And like got elongated a little bit. Like his ears are longer.
So I love it.
Pretty scary.
Your number 3?
My number 3 is Morpeko.
Little mouse hamster.
Yeah, he looks like Hamtaro.
Yeah, he does look like Hamtaro.
But he has 2 modes.
Isn't one like hangry mode?
One is hangry mode.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I forget. I think he changes types too. Like it's a whole thing. No. He's electric. He's electric and dark, and he has 2 modes. When he's in full belly mode, aka he's full.
Yeah.
He's sweet and lovely, and he is like a tannish color, and he looks a lot like Hamtaro.
Yeah.
For those who remember Hamtaro, the hamster show.
Yep.
And then in hangry mode, he his eyes go red, his smile gets turned upside down into a frown, and he turns dark purple.
Yep.
And he is furious.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you. But he's electric and dark, which is really cool, and he has different move sets, and like his stats change slightly between the different moves, so there's a lot of like strategy there if you're into like Pokemon battling. But more for me, it's really just like I
think he's so cute.
I think I was cool. I liked the changing of the styles between the two, and I thought that was really cool. And then what really put it over the top for me was knowing that Team Rocket has a Morpeko.
Oh, cute.
Ash and or Jesus Christ, James, I can't fucking concentrate.
I know.
James and
Jesse?
Jesse have one, and they put it into an eating contest, and it gets in second place.
Oh my god, cute.
It almost wins, but then goes Swovit wins.
Cute.
But it was really cute because they were intentionally not feeding it.
Aww.
And it was like,
yeah.
It was really funny. But okay.
My number 3 is Zoroark.
Oh, very good.
And I like it because there's Zoroark regular, which is like black and red and has like this big ponytail. And then there's Hisuian Zoroark, like from a different region, I imagine.
Yeah.
Which is like white and red and looks even cooler in my opinion.
Oh.
Are you looking at it?
Now I'm looking at it. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it looks so cool.
Yeah.
It looks more ghostly.
Yeah, I like the other one better, but I like both types. I think having both, either, like I think would be a really.
They are
badass.
really cool. I do like so since they started doing these games where you can see the Pokemon like in the wild, like walking around and stuff. They've done a really cool job with like Ditto and Zorua.
Yeah, the first
have the same ability, sort of, almost the same ability. Ditto actually like turns into that Pokemon.
Yeah.
And can do what that Pokemon does. Zorua, less so, can make itself look like that Pokemon, but isn't actually that Pokemon.
Now, it used to happen all the time when I would walk up to a Pokemon and then it would be Zorua.
Would change. Yeah, and it was like really cool. And I was like, that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
To put that in the game that way.
Yeah.
So I was really excited by that. So yes, that's a really good.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
That's a really good. What's it called? Pick.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're number two's right. Okay, my number two. Now, there's certain types of Pokemon that, and when I say type, I don't mean water and dark and this and that. Type as in like theme, if you will. You know how there's like a million turtle Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Okay. I like a crab Pokemon.
Okay.
I think ever since Krabby and Kingler in the anime, obsessed.
Yeah. Okay.
Obsessed. Kingler gets that move, Crab Hammer and Guillotine and stuff like that. And you know I'm a sucker for moves that are very specific. So when they invented this Pokemon, and it's water and dark, and it's sort of a crab, its name is Crawdaunt.
Ah, yes.
Crawdaunt. I love it. I love this little buddy. He comes from Corphish, but then he grows up into Crawdaunt.
I like his star nose.
3'7". Yeah, I just like him. He's got claws. He's got his eyes in deep vacuous holes. Kind of. He's got a star head on his fucking head. But he was just cool.
Yeah.
I just liked him because he was cool. He was just dark and. I had one in the game.
Is he dark in water?
Yeah, he's water and dark.
Oh.
Because I broke the rule a million times. But
it's cool though.
He's water and dark. But yeah, he was just super cool. And it was like fun to have one. And being able to kind of just throw it in every once in a while. It first emerged in Ruby and Sapphire, I believe. But yeah, I just loved it. I thought it was fun. It was really fun to have.
Crawdaunt is a good name too.
Like it would have Crunch and Crab Hammer and Night Slash and Razor Shell and have all these like very physical moves.
Yeah.
And kick butt. And it was just a lot of fun to have.
I love that.
And it's called in terms of its species, Rogue Pokemon.
Oh.
Which I don't really know why.
He goes rogue.
Yeah, I wish I knew. It says that it's a very violent Pokemon. Because of its constant challenges to battle, no other Pokemon wants to inhabit its territory.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just constantly throwing hands.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
An experienced Crawdaunt will be covered in scars from countless battles.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
My number 2 is Umbreon.
Very good.
I love Umbreon. My favorite Eevee evolution is Sylveon, but
of course.
Umbreon I think is a close second.
Yep.
I think that they are really badass. I will say in the show that I'm watching right now, the first time I saw Umbreon appear is because Gary has an Umbreon.
Oh yeah.
And it like fights
kind of
Ash.
bittersweet.
And it is bittersweet because Gary sucks so bad. And I just can't believe that I don't know because I haven't finished the show, but at no point does Ash get an Eevee that evolves. Like, they just leave him without an Eevee evolution, which I would love to know what Eevee evolution Ash gets. And they just don't do it, I guess, which is, like, annoying. But, yeah, I love it. I love Umbreon.
Knowing Ash, he would keep it as an Eevee, too.
I know, he probably would.
More frustrated.
Yeah.
Because Ash loves to get little baby Pokemon and keep them as babies for as long as possible.
I know, he's got so many little baby Pokemon.
Like, it was so hard for me to respect Ash's decision. The Pikachu thing, I'm 100% fine with.
Yeah.
Squirtle and Bulbasaur is
I know.
where I was going.
Yeah.
They are strong.
Yeah.
They battle often.
Yeah.
How are they not evolving? Because
Yeah.
it's not from a stone. It's from leveling up.
Right.
You're telling me that his Squirtle and his Bulbasaur are not strong enough to fucking evolve? They
Yeah.
haven't reached level 16,
Yeah.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
I know. I don't get it. And
me nuts.
Blastoise is so badass. I just watched an episode with Blastoise.
Blastoise is cool.
And he's so cool. And, like, the fact that you just keep your Squirtle a baby is,
really
like,
cool.
what are you
know
doing?
what's embarrassing is in the Mewtwo movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, that guy who has a Blastoise and he names it Shell Shock.
Oh, yes. I do remember
Shell
that.
Shock!
Yeah. Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Okay. What's your number one?
But I was right. That Pokemon that you said, the monkey dark one, it's
Zarude.
Pokemon the movie, Secrets of the Jungle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch all the
It's
Pokemon
on
movies.
It's on Netflix actually because I see
Yeah.
it keep popping up.
Okay.
All right, my number one.
Okay.
Jesus, fuck this cat, man. Whew, that hurts so much. That hurts so much. Cool. Let's finish, please.
Yeah.
Let's just finish.
Yep.
Okay, my number one favorite dark Pokemon is actually flying and then a little bit of dark. It's Bombardier.
I saw that and thought you were going to pick it.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, you had one.
I love it so
In the
much.
game.
I named it Cigüeño because that's how you
Yes.
say stork, I think, in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I love
That's a good one.
Design is a little interesting because it's meant to look like kind of like a stork carrying, storks carry babies,
Yes.
and the little
Yeah.
pouch in their mouth or whatever.
Does it have that?
It does,
Little
sort
pouch,
of. It
okay.
has like a thing that connects to its neck. So it holds it in its mouth and it just loops around, but it's like actually part of its body.
Okay. Cool. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, it looks really cool.
I remember fighting one
They're
in the game.
4'11", so for a bird,
Yeah.
it's almost a 5-foot
Yeah.
bird. But yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I liked having it. I had
Yeah.
it. It had a bunch of dark abilities. It had a bunch of flying abilities and stuff like that. It even had rock abilities, and it had mine at least had a special thing. I think it was called Rocky Payload.
Okay.
Where it's like, you know how Pokemon have like those abilities that let them do something different or whatever?
Yes.
Rocky Payload made it so that rock moves did more damage than they normally would.
Oh, okay.
So I had Rock Throw or something similar, Earthquake or some shit.
Yeah.
And then because it was in Sword and Shield, or excuse me, not Sword and Shield, it was in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
They do the crystal forms, crystallization or whatever.
Yeah.
And its crystal form was dark.
Okay.
So I just remember there being, like, I fought that ghost rapping gym leader.
Yeah.
And, like, absolutely destroyed her. Because I throw out this flying Pokemon.
Yeah.
Who's flying in dark, but mainly flying.
Yeah.
And then crystal it to dark, so now it's 100% dark. And it was just,
Yeah.
I was crushing.
Yeah.
The ghost moves won't work because you can't do ghost moves against a dark type. So they couldn't barely hit it.
Yeah.
It was just, I was just kicking their ass with that. But yeah,
I love it. That's
Bombardier, and I like the
number
name.
one. Yeah.
Because it drops bombs from above.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the Titans.
Yeah. I remember
It was the
fighting
sky,
it. It was
the
very
Sky
hard
Titan.
for me to beat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so fun. So yeah, I really enjoy it. Like the design a lot.
Very good. My number one, and honestly, this might be currently my favorite Pokemon.
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Meowscarada.
Oh yeah.
I love her. She was my starter in Violet. And she, in her final form, is so fucking badass. She's like this magician. And she has this move. I don't even remember what it's called. But like a spotlight goes on her and she just kind of like walks forward and just like destroys the other Pokemon. And it's so awesome. And she's just like a pal. Like, cause
Yeah.
she stands on 2 feet.
Like
So she looks like a person, like a
I know,
personified
there's a lot of Pokemon like
cat
that these days.
thing with a big
Yeah.
mask. And she just is like so cool.
She's really cool.
Like she would be like the coolest Pokemon partner for me to have.
It's cool having a grass type that isn't strictly a plant.
Yes.
First of all.
Yeah.
Secondly, grass and dark is an interesting combo.
Yeah.
That I'm interested to learn more about. You
Yeah.
know? And then, I like how they went about it
Yeah.
because of the leaning into the idea of like magic and mystery with the mask, and like that seems like that fits the dark quality good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Meowscarada was great.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like low-key, I like all of the newest starters.
Yeah.
I really do.
They're all good in their own ways.
I didn't like Quaxley or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate that first one. And it's like one of the first times that I've ever like really just disliked the first form
because of
a
its
starter.
bouffant?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. I liked its final evolution form. It's fucking salsa dancing.
Yes, I did
peacock
too.
Water. Like,
yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, and I love Fuecoco, and I like the final one, the middle ones. I almost never like the middle ones.
Yeah,
to
middle
be fair,
evolutions
but
are kind of...
Anyway, here's the top 5 dark Pokemon of all time based on some polls.
Okay.
And this is the same website that I got the bug one from.
Okay.
Just to kind of put our in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Zoroark.
Love it.
Number 4, Greninja.
Okay.
Number 3, Hydreigon.
Okay.
And for the record, I looked these up while we were doing this, so
yeah.
I have no idea. Number 3, Hydreigon.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Umbreon.
Mm.
And number 1, Tyranitar.
No.
Absolutely not.
Don't
get me wrong, I have a Tyranitar in one of the Pokemon games,
Yeah.
and it's like fun because
Yeah.
it literally just looks like a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah.
But no, thank you.
No.
Not on these lists, at least. I don't think so. Maybe on a rock type, because I think it's dark and rock or dark and ground. But either way.
Okay. I really have to poop, and
Yeah,
so
really
we have to end
pee,
this.
and we have to end this, 'cause
our
fucking
next
animals are insane.
I know we gotta
Well,
talk off
are
camera
we-
about a plan.
Yeah, let's not agree to anything on Mike, because I want to talk about plans for future pods.
Meaning, I can't talk about what types we're gonna do next
In the series,
in the series.
but whether or not the series goes back to back to back to back.
Oh, that's fine.
As opposed to 2 times a month or something.
That's fine.
Okay.
The next time we do this series, it'll be Dragon and Electric.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. Dragon, I can already... Oh, that's so going to be really hard to keep to 5.
Yeah.
There's some dragons. Oh, I already know
I know.
some.
So
Ooh.
get in the zone.
I really do love dragons. Oh, I just thought of 3 dragons. Okay, shit, we got to go.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Hessy and Maven. I really appreciate your guys' patience, considering I probably screamed into the mic when my cat dug its claws into my fucking spine. That's what I got last night. I was laying in bed, and it was scratching the side of my pillow. Just going,
yeah.
And I'm like, you're going to rip the pillow.
Yeah.
So I just kind of put a hand back there, like, stop. And it just...
Oh, I see.
And
Yeah.
clawed onto me, and it really hurt. And it was like...
Yeah.
It was just a reminder of, like, Justin, you are your father's son.
Yeah.
Because you also sometimes just see red.
Yeah.
And you need to take a deep breath when your cat scratches you like this. Because I refuse to hurt an animal.
Yeah.
But, man, I really see red. And all I did was I went...
Yeah.
I just
there you
blew in its face some air because I was so mad, and I was like, God.
All right.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please send us an email, send us some messages on Instagram and stuff like that. Like, we're on TikTok also. It's at Hessy and Maven, one word. Please follow us, and then you can answer our questions. So sometimes we'll put on there, hey, here's our top 5 fictional foods, and we love these foods, and da-da-da. What are your foods? And you can just comment right on there, and we can know about your foods. And then if it strikes our fancy, we may talk about it on the pod or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, check that stuff out. And then please let us know what your favorite bug and dark Pokemon are, what your favorite Pokemon game is, why you like Pokemon, when you got into Pokemon, how you feel about the shows, if you watch the shows, the movies, just the games. Where are you at? Did you ever play the trading card games? Talk to us. Anyway, we love Pokemon. So, thanks again for tuning in. Please tune in next time where we talk about something else.
Bye.
Bye.